Like, they're so good. That trailer was so good.
The time is now. I like that. Super good trailer.
Yeah.
I'm hyped. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our very first DBD live stream of 2026. This is going to be a massive year for DBD, and we want you to come along on the ride with us. We're so happy to be kicking off right now with a chapter we're calling Stranger Things, Chapter 2. It's right behind Dork's head. There's a lot of fun and Stranger Things stuff to talk about on the show, so wow. First of all, about the show, a big fan. The finale, like it's been so cool to be a little teeny weeny piece of something everyone's talking about in like pop culture, online, social, all that.
Something that's taking up a lot of brain space, and for us to be a part of that is just such a treat.
It's really cool. And so it's really neat that the Hawkins gang is coming to DBD, and we're going to talk about that today. And of course, the one and only Vecna, 11, Dustin, and more fan favorites. They're all entering the fog today, right after the show. So let's get to it. I should stop yapping. No one's here for that. Let's get the live stream going right now for Stranger Things Chapter 2.
Yeah, it's also really strange as a Stranger Thing to note that Stranger Things actually debuted just 1 month apart from when Dead by Daylight launched in 2016. Like, that is crazy timing, and for us to have come back together twice now is so amazing. But you know, you could say that we've kind of grown side by side with that in mind, including in our first crossover in 2019 that brought over Steve, Nancy, and the Demogorgon into the trials, and now 7 years later we're doing it again.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, celebrating one of the biggest shows, as Eric said, that's currently on everyone's mind here in the past decade, while getting ready to kick off for the next 10 years of Dead by Daylight. We've also got a lot to cover today, so let's go ahead and get this rolling with looking at today's run of show. So no surprise, we're going deep on everything that went into the new chapter. We'll talk about how it all came together with our very own version of the Duffer Brothers, Dave Rashad and Matthew Cote. And we'll check out character designs, new and old, with our associate art director, Sarah Robinson. And finally, we'll get into some bone-snapping gameplay with Vecna's game designer, Yannick.
I never thought of Dave and Matt as brothers, but now I do. We'll also be taking a look at our latest collections with senior live ops specialist Hollis, including the brand new Stranger Things legendary outfits, which you're not going to want to miss, and a few extra surprises along the way. And then to wrap things up, we've got a peek at the return of 2v8, a look at the new Rift, and of course, some answers to your fantastic questions in our Q&A.
Yes, but obviously, first things first, you're watching the stream, right? You should be. I mean, how else would you be hearing me talk, actually? So, since you are watching the live stream, and hopefully on Twitch, you can sign yourself up for some Twitch drops. They're free. Everyone like free? Yep. I like free. Free for me. And we're pretty sure, you know, you're going to want to get these. So we've got 3 brand new rewards you can earn just by watching today's show, starting today and running right until February 10th. They're super easy to claim, and you can register by simply linking your behavior account. So head on over to our Twitch chat or scan the QR code that's somewhere on the screen for a quick setup.
So cool that we were able to tie it to Stranger Things. So the first 3 of our drops there, the Upside Down Gates badge you can earn by watching just 1 hour. So essentially just this show will get you that badge. Then we've got the very cool Ruins of Hawkins banner, which is for a total of 3 hours. And then the mind-melting Dustin's Cap charm for anyone who accumulates 6 total hours of watch time.
And as a quick reminder for everyone watching, this summer marks Dead by Daylight's 10th anniversary, and we've got tons of amazing stuff rolling out over the course of this year to celebrate that. So you can check out the anniversary page on the Dead by Daylight website for more information. But if you want to go ahead and get your hands on the very limited 10th anniversary collector's set, pre-orders close on January 31st. So that means that you've only got a few more days to go ahead and get it while you can. And we'll also be bringing the Dead by Daylight community together in Montreal, at Montreal's Old Port, for a one-day anniversary event on June 14th, 2026. Mark your calendar. Subscribe to our newsletter and keep an eye on our socials so that you can keep up to date on when tickets go on sale in the near future. But now, without further ado, it's time to get stranger with some Stranger Things, starting with Dave and Matt.
Let's do it. So, hey, we've been saying this a lot for the past year. We've been in a lucky position. We're going to talk about one of the most requested chapters of all time coming to DBD, and it's true yet again, Stranger Things Chapter 2. It's so cool to be part of this moment that's out there in the culture of entertainment right now. We get to have our little piece of it.
Yep.
And who better to talk to about creating this new chapter of Stranger Things than Dave Richard and Matt Cote. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Thank you. Hello.
So thanks for joining us. Let's kick it off. What was it like to work on this?
It was fantastic. It was really cool. You know, we're all big fans of Stranger Things, just like the rest of the world. And the team's been looking, you know, since the first chapter we've done, through the whole story, the whole evolution of this show. And it was great to see what they've done. It was great to be able to interact with them again and create this amazing chapter.
Yeah. I mean, we were sad for a moment there when we had to let go of the chapter. It happens, it's part of life, but we never stopped working really, really hard to get it back. And we did, which was great. And while we were in these conversations, we obviously took the opportunity to try to find a way to bring even more of the Stranger Things content into Dead by Daylight, and that's what you're getting today. Now, we were there at the very beginning of Stranger Things, and we're here now at the end. It's kind of really cool to be part of that whole cycle and be here for the incredible finale that they brought into this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so speaking of that, you were both here when we did the first chapter. I wasn't, so I shouldn't say we. When you did the first chapter, but what's it like approaching a sequel chapter? That must have been an interesting challenge.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially for a show like this and the evolution it got. And after completing the first chapter, we, back in the day, were privy to a little bit of information where the series was going. And we knew that they were going to go towards a more mature, more horror feeling. Didn't know exactly what it was, but we were excited to explore this.
Yeah.
And so when we had a chance right now to finish this, to complete it, I mean, it's quite interesting. It's quite, it's a challenge, but it's the most fun we can get out of an experience like that.
Heck yeah. So, Vecna, that's where we
Yes.
landed, which is obviously a no-brainer if you've seen it. You know, Vecna is the big bad.
Of course.
So it made sense. But what about on the Survivor side of things? How did we land on the characters we chose? There's such a group to choose from.
There's so many really cool characters in this show, and so many that are like the main protagonists. Like, it's a big group of people, and we could have gone a few different ways. This came from a lot of conversations with Netflix. They were nice enough to sit down with us and really talk through and figure out who would be the best fit. They were trying really hard also to not spoil anything to us while they were talking. They didn't want to commit too much. They were saying, like, yeah, this character, yeah, okay, this one. Anyway, but I think in the end, of course, 11 had to be in. It's Stranger Things, you need 11. Dustin, I mean, he's an awesome guy, and he's a fan favorite, and it was just a great fit. So now, with those two in, and the legendary outfits that we have, means that now you could get Dustin and Steve back together again, bringing back Eddie. I mean, for so many of us, Eddie is an absolute favorite, and so awesome to be able to see him again run around, even though he's getting murdered repeatedly now in Dead by Daylight.
Only if you're bad.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
True.
And then Robin in her Scoops Ahoy outfit, so her and Steve can finally get back to work.
Absolutely. That's going to be the mix I want to see the most, for sure. And what's crazy is that we have enough, or almost enough, characters and
Two killers,
cosmetic to be able to do a 2v8.
No promises, guys. No promises, but I like the sound of that. So, okay, we're going to have Sarah and Jenna coming very shortly to talk about the art direction, the gameplay design of Vecna. But before we do that, I thought it would be cool to ask you, you know, we have a lot of new players this past year, so what do you want people to take away from their time with Stranger Things Chapter 2? I
mean, as usual, I want to say that, but it's true in this case. We want to we want people to feel just how much we love the source material, how much we endeavored to try to make this feel as genuine as possible. For us, it's a celebration of Stranger Things, which we think, like you were saying, it's such a massive thing in the pop culture right now. We want people to feel like this is an authentic representation.
Yeah, building a chapter is a work of passion, and the representation is so important.
Yep.
That universe, and the team nailed it. So in all the details, the cosmetic, the visual, the power of Vecna, the ability to go in the upside down, the use of the vines, the use of the doom clock, all of this creates that really immersive Stranger Things experience within DBD. So the show's over, but fans can go into DBD and make Stranger Things live forever.
Right? That's what we were talking earlier. Like that, people can play out their own storylines now in the game, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys both for your work on making this happen. I think everyone's going to be really psyched in a few minutes when they can actually play it. We had great responses in the PTB, so thanks so much for joining us here as well. It's always awesome to have you here.
Oh, pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Back to work.
Yep.
Cool. Thanks, guys. So as you can probably tell from everything Dave and Matt were just saying, between the previous chapter and now a new chapter, we have a lot of Stranger Things content in the game. And it plays super well, but it also looks flipping great. And that's thanks to our art team. So we brought Sarah Robinson here to represent the art team, one of our wonderful art directors. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I was involved in the first chapter in a very different capacity, but it's great to be involved in chapter 2.
It's so cool. And it's our second ever sequel chapter. We did it with Resident Evil, which you also worked on. Mm-hmm. That one, though, was a year apart. This is 6.5 years apart.
Something like that, yeah.
So does that gap of that size create opportunities or challenges when you're working on these things?
Kind of a bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly one of the best opportunities that we have is that our techniques and technology that we have these days is quite a bit different than what we had access to back then. For example, the biggest one is face scans. These are 3D assets that Netflix has given us. These are the same ones that they use in their own VFX.
Of the actual actors.
Of the actual actors,
so cool.
Exactly. And there is a little bit of processing that happens so that we make sure that it looks correct in game and that, you know, everybody looks as best as we can make them. But in addition to that, we also have just a sheer volume of assets that we didn't have access to back then. Not just the previous seasons, so we can check outfits or personalities or all of those things, but also Netflix has been a fantastic collaborator, giving us lots of behind-the-scenes references. And I say a lot, but of course, it's still a little bit of a surprise for us as well.
It wasn't live yet.
No.
The season was not out. So
definitely not.
We're working with a limited playbook.
And that is certainly one of the biggest challenges,
right.
Is that because we're dealing with characters that had not yet come out yet, we had to rely on Netflix as a partner to make sure that we got everything correct.
Super cool. And something you said in there was a little hint. So we're getting obviously a bunch of new stuff, but it sounds like we're revamping something with the old characters too?
Yeah, so this was an opportunity when we're looking at what we are capable of doing now versus back then, and we thought a really good candidate for a little bit of a face upgrade is Miss Nancy. So as some of you have seen in the PTB, we've already started reworking her face, but we do hear the concerns that we haven't got it quite right yet. So we'll be looking at making further updates. Something that is going to help us a lot is we do have access to that 3D scan data from Netflix for Natalia Dreyer as well.
Yeah, Natalia Dyer getting to give us the actual face scan is so cool.
Yeah.
It's going to help a lot with the final product, so stay tuned, folks. So players will certainly love that, and wondering what you can tell us about your approach then with the new cast of characters that are in the game.
Yeah, so, you know, we've got Vecna, we've got Dustin, and 11 are our main core characters for this chapter. But certainly outside of the face scans and the challenges around putting those in, we're dealing with characters that we hadn't seen yet.
Right.
You know, the season is still a fresh thing for us as well.
Why is Elle in a wetsuit? We had our guesses. We were right, I think.
Yes, we did a pretty good job on that one. And of course, there's always a little bit of translation from what you see in the season to how we make it work in game. Example, 11, making sure that her mix and match works with all of her outfits, that kind of stuff. So working with Dustin and 11 meant a lot of back and forth between us and Netflix, making sure that we get all of those little details right. Like, for example, making sure her nosebleed is on the right side of her face, all of those things. But Netflix was a fantastic collaborator. Every step of the way, they were willing to help us out.
And we have another great thing in our tool belt where our legendary outfits can really open the door to the different things we can do, right? So even if we had set Survivor characters, we could even add more folks. So why don't you tell us about the legendaries?
Yeah, so we have a couple new characters coming in via legendaries. We have Scoops Ahoy Robin for Nancy, and we have Eddie, the iconic Eddie, for Dustin. And these are really, really excellent examples of how we're looking back at past seasons, trying to find important moments of celebration throughout the 5 seasons and bring those to the fans of the show.
Which I think is a good choice. It wasn't simply a season 5 celebration, it was the whole series.
Exactly. So, for example, we've got a lot of Eddie's iconic animations. And we're just kind of reveling in the joy of all of these seasons. So whether it's player cards or badges or charms or these kind of things, you're going to see all sorts of references to the previous seasons as well as season 5.
Right, and some of those we didn't even have last time, right?
Absolutely.
So now we can get them in the game too. So your team also is the team that works on the lobby. So the lobby's looking really cool.
Yeah, so this was a super fun one. You know, we're talking about a celebration of all of the seasons and all of the things that make Stranger Things. So we wanted the lobby to be a representative of that as well. So we've got the Mind Flare, the Red Lightning, we've got Vecna's upside down vines wrapping around the Hawkins sign, and really just kind of tying everything together as the homage that we want it to be.
Oh, it's so perfect that the team nailed it. And last but not least, we haven't mentioned it, but what about working on Vecna?
Yeah, so this, again, was such an amazing opportunity. He is certainly a more complex creature in season 5. Small spoiler. Without going into too many details, he is a little more monstrous in season 5. Season 4 was still mostly human, but this certainly brought a level of complexity that we certainly had a lot of fun working on. And it is an interesting opportunity as well because we're focusing on the vines of his body, the more monstrous quality, we can extend that into the rest of his visual language as well. So this is where maybe the entity has enhanced or embellished some of Vecna's abilities, so they're a little different than some of the stuff he does in the show. But leaning into that, we were able to sort of bring in some of the upside down into his gameplay as well.
Yes, and it's so cool. I'm psyched for people to get all of this in their hands very soon, just a few moments after the show. So thank you so much, Sarah, for joining us again. Please come back soon.
Of course.
Players are going to get there at the end of the show pretty much, and it's going to be so cool for all the incredible work that the team put in to be out there in the world. So thank you.
No problem.
All right, so speaking of Vecna having a cool kit, which I think is a nice segue, next up we've got Janik, our killer designer, to talk us through Vecna's gameplay.
There's already a ton to be excited about with our new Stranger Things chapter, and we haven't even gotten to the best part yet, which is going to be Vecna's gameplay. Or, as he'll be known in Dead by Daylight, the First. And to walk us through everything you could expect with our latest killer, I'm joined here by the very person who designed his gameplay, the one, the only, the first, Janik.
Hello.
So thank you so much for joining me here on the couch.
Happy to be back.
So if I've got everything right, not only did you do the gameplay for Vecna the First in our game, but you were also the game designer behind the Demogorgon with our first Stranger Things chapter, and the Dungeons & Dragons version of Vecna, who's also in Dead by Daylight. Is that right?
Yeah, correct. It just happened to align like this. I'm a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons and even bigger fan of Stranger Things. So like was dream come true. Like it was super fun just bringing those characters into DBD. Like just like amazing fun.
Honestly, I think it would be a dream come true for me too. I'm so excited for you that you got to do all these things. But so maybe you could start off by telling us what really stood out about Vecna that you really wanted to see translated into the game with making the First.
So the interesting aspect of it was really like the way in the show, like he played with his victim just before like killing them, taunting them. So it's something that we wanted to kind of look into. But this is not really like a character that does something directly to his victim, right? So we still wanted to have something more tangible for gameplay side. So that's how like we came up with the idea of the vine and sort of the control that he has. Bear in mind, we didn't have a look at the new season, so we're not sure exactly what we're going to be doing. And in the end, like it worked perfectly, and even like the licensor said, yeah, good job, like this is good direction. But we haven't seen the show yet, so we just kept forward. So.
Oh my gosh, that's a really spot-on accomplishment for them to sign off on that.
Yeah, exactly.
So then, what's like the vibe of Vecna that we wanted to see like players experience here at Dead by Daylight?
Another interesting aspect is that like in the show, he's really in the background. Then throughout the show, he becomes like the big bad guy, and he's way more apparent and present. So it's sort of the things that we wanted to also make it feel like where there's a growing thread to like the show, to the match. So over time, like he becomes more powerful and more deadlier. So that's how the curse of Vecna came into the loop of things, and then the clock, and then the world breaker mode. So this all came together at some point, but it's really inspired by how the show builds up and this character like is kind of bigger than what he is.
Okay, and like you were saying with the show, if a Stranger Things fan were to stumble upon Dead by Daylight, which you should, play the game. What about Vecna's gameplay? Like, can you like kind of walk us through the power, if for those people who might not know?
It's pretty straightforward, actually. As Vecna, you can target a mini area, like a circle on the ground. And from that point, you can summon the tentacle from the upside down. And if any survivor gets hit by the tentacle, they earn a curse token, like the Vecna's curse token. And from that point, if the killer hits a survivor with who has already one token, curse token, he activates the World Breaker event. But compared to other killers, the World Breaker event affects everyone. So once this app activates, any of the attack that the killer does, the divine attack, will damage but anyone. So compared to other killers, we target one single specific survivor. In this case, it affects the whole team. So the idea is to really like get your power, activate the World Breaker, and then you can break loose on everyone.
So then how does the party fight back in this scenario?
Don't get hit by divine tentacles.
It's much easier said than done.
One element that you can do specifically as a survivor if this event occurs is that in the map there's going to be 4 different clocks that spawns and become interactable from that moment. As a survivor, you can go to any of these clocks and listen to the music, and it's going to speed up the World Breaker mode event. So the killer doesn't optimally use his power as much as he wants. But fear not killer, you always have like a minimal amount of time that you can benefit from it. But the survivor who are very efficient at working the clock will definitely hamper his progress.
And can multiple survivors do the clocks at once, or is it one person and it's done?
Correct. Yeah, it actually works like imagine a big generator that all the clocks are connected together. So anyone working on their side will have their speed up moment. So you can really fast it up if you're all working together.
Okay, very nice, very nice. I'm looking forward to that. So does Vecna then have any other additional tricks up their vines?
Yeah, correct. So one element that he can do, of course, is visit the upside down. So he can, when the ability is available, he can go into it, kind of becomes this little puddle things and move around the map super fast.
In their soup mode.
Yes, exactly. This is really like a navigation aspect of the killer power because you cannot do anything while you're in this mode. You're actually not on the map, so it makes sense that you cannot do any interaction or attack survivor. But you move super fast and you go under vault location and unbreakable walls thing, so it's super easy to kind of spot survivor or just kind of get an idea of where the progress of the game or the generator. Once you're really ready to go back in the map, you can activate the kind of it's a special attack that the undergate attack does, which when you erupt from this mode, you create a very large AoE effect on the ground, and it does the exact same thing as the little version of it.
Oh, okay.
So you can curse survivor or damage them based on the mode that you are. If you're in normal mode, though, you give 2 tokens, so it's a very effective way. But you have to be really sneaky and tricky to use this. One element that we saw while we developed the power is that the killer has a lot of chase potential. So we thought that having him also be super effective in this mode to hit survivor, we thought it was a bit too much. So we decided to kind of tone down the effect, but kind of give big rewards if you manage to activate it.
Okay, so this is definitely more for traversal than as an attack.
Yeah, correct. Okay. You have to be sneaky when you want to use it to hit them. Try activating on the other side of walls to kind of not give them warning. It's a neat trick to...
Very evil.
Yeah.
Very sneaky, like you said, very sneaky. So for those playing as for the first time, do you have any tips or tricks for players?
Yes. So one interesting aspect of the power is really that you have to be in anticipation mode. Like you really have to expect or think about what the opponent's going to be doing. And interestingly, the technique is good for both sides. In a sense where the killer will have to kind of expect or anticipate where or what the survivor is going to do. So is he going to vault the pallet or go to the left, right? And based on those assumptions, he's going to activate his power. Same thing for the survivor. The idea is to kind of trick the killer from thinking that you're going to make one move, but you did the other. So it's kind of did the balance
it's like playing chess.
Yeah, exactly, between the two. So.
I like that a lot. It's a very mind gamey kind of situation with the first.
Correct. The other aspect I didn't mention is that you can use the power through walls. I'm gonna get a heart attack. Oh, great! I can't wait to use my insurance. The good thing is that because you can definitely try those Hail Mary shots from afar. It's super great on the killer side, but survivor can also use that advantage where you have to kind of think outside of the box, where everything you learn about how to optimally move around the map, you're gonna have to try to be tricky and sort of not doing it the exact same way, because killer who have a very high level of map knowledge or game knowledge will know exactly where the survivor will want to be to optimize his path. So he's gonna know that you're gonna go for that window or pallet or just turn around that corner and there's a corridor. He's gonna get you. So really try to turn the corner, wait 1 second, and then move in the other direction where he doesn't see you. just to trick him, and it should be fine.
Oh,
hopefully.
okay. I look forward to doing that. I love faking window vaults, so I'm really hyped for this killer. All right, well, is there any last things you want to mention about the first?
We had a little Easter egg gameplay into the kit. We saw some players discover it during the PTB. You as a killer, on certain condition, you can mini-read the survivor.
Oh.
We don't want to give too much detail. It was deliberately a choice on our part to not mention this in the power description. We wanted to let players discover it by themselves. It's not a game changer. It's just it can happen at a very specific moment. But we'll let players spread the news and try to find how this works.
So you all have your homework, so get to it. The exam is due by Friday. But thank you so much, Janik, for joining me and walking me through what it's like with bringing in the first into the world of Dead by Daylight.
It was all my pleasure, and we're super happy that the reaction to the PTB was very positive. So enjoy, have fun.
Yeah, and remember to give me the hatch, please. So next up, I'll have Hollis here on the couch with me to talk about all the new things coming with the latest collections in Dead by Daylight, so stay tuned. Hello and welcome back. We're going to be talking about all of the latest upcoming collections that'll be coming into the game real soon here. We're going to be showing off some of the collections, including the rest of the Stranger Things outfits that we hadn't had a chance to look at that are going to be a part of the Chapters collection. And here to walk us through everything is the one and only Senior Live Ops Specialist, Hollis.
That's me. Thank you for having me back. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm super excited to be talking about all of these amazing little pieces.
Yeah. So, as you know, Stranger Things is a show that's just brimming with amazing 80s fashion. And with 5 seasons of the show, there's a lot to choose from, which made picking the outfits for these characters this time around very difficult, but still very fun. So to start things off with Dustin, we have his rare Bite Off shirt, which is just a torso, so not a full outfit, but this is something that he wore back in season 4 of the show.
Oh, it looks so good.
He's a gamer, man.
Yeah, I love it.
And of course, we absolutely had to include the infamous Hellfire Club t-shirt in the outfit called Game Night. This is a very rare outfit that he wore back in season 4. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's no world where we couldn't have the Hellfire Club t-shirt, not in this world or the Upside Down.
Yeah, I think I heard the Hellfire Club is also going to be having some new members. Is that right?
1 or 2 or 28. The Hellfire Club t-shirt is so iconic that we had to put it on all of our original survivors. So the club is about to get a lot bigger. And if you buy the Hellfire Club t-shirt, you will get a Hellfire Club badge as well.
Ooh, very nice.
Then, of course, as we mentioned earlier in the show, Dustin will be getting that awesome Eddie Legendary outfit. It comes complete with some very cool idle animations in the lobby that sees him pull out his guitar.
Wow.
He has some unique voice lines. As well, with the recent legendaries, he will also get a portrait badge when you purchase him of Eddie Munson.
Oh, I really love that pose he's doing right now.
Such a performer.
Yes. So what do we have for 11 and Vecna?
So on top of 11's season 5 look, which is her default, we have a very cool Mallstar outfit for her. This is the outfit she wore when she went shopping with Max. It's very 80s. And then shortly after, she dumped Mike's ass. I actually think the headpiece of this outfit is called Mrs. Dump Your Ass. So shout out to our narrative team for that. And then for the big bad Vecna, aka First, we have a really cool outfit called Scion of the Upside Down, which is pulled straight from season 4. It's kind of based on the moment where he first confronts 11 and he's sent to the Abyss for the first time. However, we've modified it a little bit to kind of push his transformation into Vecna a little bit further down the line because he didn't originally have the claw hand. Oh. So he's basically lost what little humanity he has had left.
Wow.
And then, of course, we have the Robin Legendary for Nancy. So just like Eddie, she'll be getting some unique lobby animations, some unique voice lines, and she'll also come with a Robin Buckley badge, so you can show your love for Rockin' Robin.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait to show my love. I can't wait to get that. So I think that's it for all Stranger Things, though. So what can you tell us about the other collections that'll be coming out?
Yeah, so on February 10th, we have a new collection coming out called Eldritch Nightmares, which, as you can guess by the name, is kind of focused on Eldritch and cosmic horror. And we're going to kick it off with 2 outfits for Tori and the nurse.
Okay.
So for the nurse, we've got her Madness Wanderer outfit that shows her having basically been taken over by a cosmic parasite. It's coming out of her intestines, it's coming out of her mouth, it's ooey, it's gooey, and dare I even say, it's a little bit yucky. And Tori is getting her Oblivion Witness outfit, which also sees her covered in cosmic goop, wearing a very cool looking old school gas mask. The animations and details on these outfits are really cool, and as an added bonus, they're going to be tied directly into our upcoming 2v8, which will also have some rewards themed along the same theme of Eldritch Horrors, so a badge, banner, and a charm, which you may have saw on the PTB.
Oh, okay. And I think we also have some additions to the collection that I know a lot of players have been enjoying, which is our Modern Tales.
Yeah, so Modern Tales is our take on famous fairy tales. And on February 3rd, we're doing another round, this time doing Snow White. So we've got the Plague dressed as the evil queen in her Queen of Lost Beauty outfit, which is a really great looking outfit.
She's gorgeous. I love it.
You can see that the censer she carries is actually kind of modeled around the apple from the story, so that's a nice detail. You know what they say, an apple a day keeps the plague away.
I don't think that's how it goes, but
I don't know. It's been a while since I ate some apples. Then we have Kate in her Enchanting Prey outfit, and as you can see, she's going to be our Snow White. And finally, we have Jonah in his Faraway Hunter outfit, who will be dressed as the Huntsman, who in the story is actually tasked with killing Snow White, but ends up sparing her, which I find hilarious because every time I have a Jonah in my lobby, he has no issue getting me killed, so what's with the favoritism?
well, maybe obviously you're not wearing the right cosmetic. You're not playing the right survivor.
Well, also wear Kate going forward, I guess.
Yep.
Kate Mans for life.
Well, to wrap things up, I think we also have a bit of a collection anniversary to celebrate, right?
Absolutely. So to celebrate 2 years in the fog, we are adding more to the Iron Maiden collection. So we're going to be doing a new batch of shirts for both V and Orella. And we'll also be doing some bundles in-game for those of you who may not have purchased the Iron Maiden stuff yet. So a bundle for the t-shirts and a bundle for the existing killers as well.
Ooh, okay. All right, and do we have maybe a little final surprise?
We do. I'm super excited to close things out by announcing a continuing collab between Dead by Daylight and everyone's favorite insanely fun roguelike card-like game, Blottro.
Oh, okay.
So you may remember a while ago, Huntress, Trapper, and Legion made an appearance in Blottro as the King, Queen, and Jack of clubs on one of their customizations. We are going to be continuing that collaboration with a very cool piece as part of this crossover, an extremely creepy headpiece for the unknown called Unknown Madness that frames him as a Joker.
My God.
So important thing to know about this, it drops on February 20th, which while that may be my birthday, you will be the ones getting the gift because this is a free cosmetic. So keep your eyes peeled on socials and in-game for more information.
Well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. I'm old now.
And I can't wait for you to get that free cosmetic.
Thank you.
As such a little sweet treat. Terrifying, but sweet. That's going to be it for our featured collections. So thanks again for sitting down with me, Hollis.
Oh, my pleasure.
And I look forward to talking again about the collections next time. But now I'm going to be joined on the couch by Eric as we're going to be talking about 2v8 and its return. All right, and we're back with more of everyone's favorite Dead by Daylight game mode, 2v8. And if you can believe it, this is actually the 7th iteration of 2v8, and it's incredible because we've been fine-tuning the gameplay, adding new killers, new classes, items, everything since the start. And this new version is no different.
Yeah, it's been really cool to watch the team iterate on each one. So this latest one is available to play February 10th, which is right around the corner. It's going to include a new survivor class, 2 new maps, and a new killer. We've also reworked the killer team skills for a few of our killer classes, along with some other useful additions.
Yeah, so the team skills reworks actually focuses this round on the Brute, Fearmonger, and Enforcer classes. Check out the patch notes for more details, but the focus here is really all about giving you the benefits related to your own character's class. Before, team skills were more likely to give your teammate a buff, but now you'll be the one getting the bonus with your teammate getting a little extra info as an icing on the cake. And to wrap things up with the killer side, we've got a new killer, Chucky, the good guy, making his way into 2v8.
We're also very excited to be adding a new survivor class, as I mentioned. It's called the Torchbearer class, essentially a flashlight saving class. You can see it there on the graphic. As a Torchbearer, you'll be able to do everything from create flashbangs, reveal the killer using your flashlight, or even grant endurance to the survivors you save or who save you.
And as mentioned, we're adding 2 new maps, the Groaning Storehouse and Rotten Fields. And for new gameplay features, we've added a double terrier, not the dog.
Houndmaster?
No, Houndmaster. No more comments of that, please. Double terror radius and lullaby, where you can see the second killer's terror radius now. And a 3-person healing that lets you heal as a trio for the first time in Dead by Daylight. So you don't have to be the awkward person standing off to the side anymore.
That's me. Finally, we're also bringing back the idea of herbs, although it's not herbs this time. You might remember it from the 2v8 Resident Evil iteration. This time they are in the form of tonics, and they can be taken by both killers and survivors.
Yes, and we're releasing 2v8 alongside the Eldritch Nightmares collection, and we'll have a themed badge, banner, and charm as rewards that you can pick up.
Great.
But that's going to be it for 2v8. So check out the patch notes, like I said, for full details if you want to catch up on everything that's going to be happening with this 7th iteration. But now we're going to be talking about the Rift, and you're going to want to sit there and stay glued because it's a good one.
All right, new chapter means new Rift. And keeping the Stranger Things vibe going, we have the Flashback Rift, which is available starting today. And so normally this is where we'd bring out our friend and product manager, Brandon, to talk to us about what's coming in the Rift. Brandon's sick. Please feel better, Brandon. So we've brought Dork to fill in, and you're going to do a wonderful job. I believe in you.
Thank you so much. I'm going to do my best Brandon ever. I'm so sorry, Brandon. But I'm super excited to be talking about the Rift.
It's got great stuff in it, and it's really cool when we can tie a chapter theme to a Rift, and that is the case here. It makes for amazing rewards, and I think we should just dive into it.
Yeah. Like you said, we're always happy when we can tie a chapter theme right into the Rift, and with an iconic show like Stranger Things, this is the perfect opportunity to do just that. So, as you can see with the name of the Rift, which is Flashback, to the rewards you can earn, everything in this Rift is directly tied to either Stranger Things or is 80s themed. And from what I've heard, it's been a lot of fun to work on. And the centerpiece of the rewards is going to be 2 amazing outfits for our 2 new main characters, 11 and Vecna, or the First, as he's known in our game.
There they are right there on screen. Does that mean we can expect some more references from earlier seasons?
Absolutely. Starting with Vecna, we have the Henry Creel outfit for him that puts him back in his human self and his human skin before he transforms, which is a nice addition for fans of the show. And then for 11, we have her very rare sensory deprivation outfit from season 5 that she wears when she's getting into that deprivation tank to try and enter the void.
Yeah, that was like a high point for me of the season where things really got amped up. Stressful.
Oh, yeah. And of course, in celebration of Stranger Things, we've got some awesomely 80s themed outfits for our original characters too. We've got the arcade tournament outfit for Fong, the longing to belong outfit for Nia, the uncle style outfit for Jeff, and the headlining act outfit for the hillbilly, which is very hair metal, and I'm very here for it.
Yes, and that looks like no uncle in my family. But I have been using the word uncle a lot lately, and my kids hate it. They think it's not cool.
They've been calling you Ung?
I've been using it, and they don't want me to use it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not allowed.
That makes sense.
So, also the hillbilly there, that's a side of him that we haven't seen. Pretty good. So the cool thing is Brandon's team, the product team, has been listening to our team, bringing the feedback from our players. And we got a lot of feedback on the last Rift, and they've made some changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, we took all that feedback, shared it with Brandon's team, and they've applied it here in a way that I'm really happy to see. So what that means for players is that you can expect for the Deep Rift to be the deep rift and for it to not be so early in the rift moving forward. And in their place, we're bringing back more outfits where we'll have 4 more outfits this year, and we're going to be increasing that to 5 going forward in the future. Then there's also going to be some 80s themed outfits for Renato, Talita, Meg, and the Trapper. So you'll be able to get a lot of different patterns and a lot of reminiscing from that era with this rift. And then we'll have 2 earnable outfits on the premium track and 2 earnables on the free track, along with the 2 free community outfits, the Space Rider outfit for Gabriel Soma, and the House Not a Home outfit for the Dredge. I'm
so good.
Super excited for these.
That green glow.
Yes, it's so good. Even the Dredge terrifies me, but I would be super excited to see him running at me like that. And we also have the community winning badge and banners, the Bloodbath badge and the Riding Maurice banner, which I super can't wait to get my hands on, and they're going to be on the free track.
Maurice, more Maurice content is always good.
Yes, give me all the horse.
So that's not all. There's more Stranger Things rewards locked in here too, right?
Oh yeah, and one of the best parts about this is that the Rift, it has like some charms and some player cards that are all Stranger themed. Stranger Things themed. They're all on the free track and they're also on the premium track. So there's a ton of really cool, really fun stuff for players to earn across the board.
Yes. So anything else? Any other updates for the Flashback Rift that players should be keeping an eye on?
So firstly, the team did listen to the feedback from players about being forced into playing a specific role when it came to completing the completion quest. So now players will notice that you'll no longer be forced into one of those roles when trying to complete these quests. So play as whichever role you like. We also, Brandon's team, worked on something called Jumpstart Quest. And these aren't new quests specifically, but they're quests that will give you some additional rewards. So let's say instead of 75 rift fragments, players will be rewarded with double the rift fragments, and these are found in this to be in like the release of this rift. So you'll get it when this rift pass drops.
Nice way to kickstart your rift.
Yes, exactly. So we really want to give week 1 a really nice boost to help players to feel satisfied and to start off on that good foot, like you said.
Excellent. So before we go, not Brandon, I know you had one last update from the previous rift that we wanted to share with players.
Yeah, so we're also going to be releasing the Claudette head. Woo! I can't wait! That was missing from the last rift, and we'll be giving it out to all of our players who own the rift pass, regardless of whether they finished it or not. So as long as you had that last rift, you'll get this. And this is a gorgeous headpiece for Claudette, the queen, and we're super excited for people to get it and to enjoy it. Look at these 3 amazing variants. Like,
so good.
Oh my gosh, cannot wait. And like I said, it's going to be included for everyone who already made the purchase to make up for the fact that it wasn't originally released with the Rift.
All right, that closes a long chapter for Claudette.
Yes, it does. Finally putting it to bed.
So thank you for joining us. You don't get to leave yet anyway.
I'm chained here.
And please feel better, Brandon, if you're watching. And I can't wait to check out the Rift. It seems super awesome, and it's just a cherry on the cake of our Stranger Things chapter.
Is it like a riff from your childhood?
I mean, I am quite old, so I do remember the 1980s. I had a rat tail in the 1980s.
Oh my God.
Which I don't even have hair now, so let alone a rat tail. So,
well,
good times for me.
Gonna have to see pictures now. But yeah, super excited.
All right, let's wrap things up with a Q&A. So it's been a fantastic show. I think people are probably all pretty psyched about different corners of what we've shown today. And as is our tradition, we're going to do a Q&A section. So we approached it this time by collecting the top questions that we answered across the community over the past week. So that's, if you are not part of our community, you can find these sorts of answers regularly on the DBD subreddit, on our social channels, on Discord, things like that. So it's a bit of a roundup for folks who might have missed these answers. So let's dive into it.
Okay.
All right, question 1. Is the first, Vecna, getting any balance adjustments from the PTB?
So we've made some minor adjustments to the first after evaluating how he performed in the PTB. Added a short interaction cooldown after the undergate attack. Increased the vine attack cancel cooldown slightly. Adjusted the chess piece add-ons description and explosion activation delay.
Cool. So that should all be in the patch notes. Question 2. Are the Stranger Things Chapter 2 characters voiced by their original voice actors?
No, and while we always try to get the original voice actors when we are bringing existing characters into the world of Dead by Daylight, it's not always possible. We still wanted to give them a voice as they take on this new adventure here in the fog, so really sorry about that.
Wish we could. Question 3. It's great that Chaos Shuffle has come back. But is there a chance we'll see Lights Out or My Little Oni return? Wow, shout out to My Little Oni.
Yeah, My Little Oni has honestly been living at the forefront of my brain rent-free, so I understand. They will potentially make a return, maybe. Not in the same iteration as they've been in the past, but there is nothing set in stone quite yet.
Stay tuned on that one. Question 4. Now that you've shown, who's you, me? You've shown that you can test other modes on the PTB, which is true. We did 2v8 in this most recent PTB.
That's true.
Is this something you plan to do more of in the future?
We are always aware with a PTB that only PC players get to experience this and test the new content. So yes, while having more things being tested is the dream, we still want to focus on what can be released on all platforms.
The dream. I wish we could do PTB for all of our console folks.
Yeah.
Maybe someday. Question 5. Oh yeah, so this is a 2v8 one. Will the Legion be back in the upcoming version of 2v8? Legion was removed in the previous one.
Yes, so the Legion won't be back in the upcoming 2v8. When the team has more to update about this, we'll be sure to let you know and share this with the community. I did miss seeing the Legion in the last 2v8, but so his time is coming.
All right, last question for you. With the Halloween DLC leaving, which we're still very sad about, what's going to happen to the perks and achievements?
So the perks will remain unlockable in the blood web of the respective characters with the original names and flavor text if you've already unlocked the characters prior to the 19th of January of this year. For players who have not unlocked the characters, the perks will appear in the general perk pool to be available to unlock on any character immediately. These general perks will appear under new names. The achievements will be made into generic achievements, not character specific. And however, they will also unlock automatically if you have already completed the character related achievement. So your current progress will also remain.
All right, that wraps up our Q&A portion. Thank you, Dork. And that also wraps up the show. So thanks as always to you folks at home for watching. We hope you've enjoyed the latest round of Twitch drops that should start rolling out very soon into your inbox. Twitch inboxes, if they call it that. And if, like us, you're trying to fill that Stranger Things shaped hole in your heart since the show ended, we hope you're going to check out Stranger Things Chapter 2 in Dead by Daylight. You can make your own storylines your own here, as Vecna, 11, Dustin, and the rest of the gang are now in the game.
But we'll be back with more very soon. But till then, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and be safe out there in the fog. We are going to be raiding Staggies,
the Kevin James of DBD.
Super excited to head on over there. Please be kind and courteous in their chat. We'll see you later.